didn't have the vulgarity that exists today in today's music.
Well, there's so many slang words for vulgar shit now. They put it in their music, and
it's not just the code words. Because if you remember, in the '60s and '70s and '80s, we always had code words. Like, I'll give you an example, like Mr. Tambourine Man. Mm-hmm. All right, I'll just give you. That's one song that pops into my head. That was a code word for a drug dealer. Did the song actually say Mr. Tambourine was a drug dealer? No, you had to understand that. I'll give you another example. Puff the Magic Dragon. You know, a lot of people prefer it. You know, Puff the Magic Dragon.
That was one of the songs. One of my bars, there was a kid that used to sing it every single week. Mm-hmm. Had no idea what it meant.
You know, there was another thing that, you know, that song, you know, what exemplified marijuana. You know, nowadays, in today's music, it's completely out there. Cardi B, I fucking hate your guts. I will say it. I will say it until the day I die. I saw you at the Grammys. You were an embarrassment. You are an embarrassment to the music industry. I will tell you this. You don't know how to speak. You don't know how to present yourself, and your music sucks. I will not play your music in my lifetime. Again, opinions and expressions of each show of each co-host does not reflect the show.
I love Cardi B, by the way.
Okay.
I love her.
I fucking hate her.
Oh, yeah. I love her.
Just pick any. Hold on. You got me started now.
Look, he's gonna find.
I know I'm on a tangent here, but here, hold on one second here. I'm gonna pick any song. I'm gonna pick any song out there. Hold on one second. Let me see here. Aaron, what was that song that it was called? Be Careful, right? The new one? Yeah, it was called Be Careful. Be Careful lyric. Here's the lyrics to the newest song that's out there. Yeah, be careful with me. Yeah, look, I want to get married like the Currys, Steph, and I ain't shit. But we more like Billy, Tommy, and Keisha shit. Gave you TLC, you want to creep and shit. Pour out my wholehearted to a piece of shit. Where's the guts of this the song here?
That's so romantic, though.
Okay, and then the last part, it says, I could have did what you did to me a few times, but if I did decide to slide to find a nigga, find him. What?
That's awesome.
Really?
Those are awesome lyrics.
We have this for karaoke. I had to.
Somebody actually sang it.
I actually had to turn the other way because then
I would have died. The two of us are staring at each other, going, "Seriously, right now?
Why would you even download that? It's in the.
It's not necessarily that we download, but as you know, monthly we get the monthly uploads of new music, and it's just in there.
3/4 of the time we've never even heard the song yet.
No. And I'm like, okay, great. Do I have the song with Cardi B? Be Careful. Yeah, we do, and everything. And then that was the first time I've ever heard the.
Why would you say? I would just say I don't have it. Sorry.
Let me take another one here. Okay, here's another one. A song called Money. Look, my bitches all my bad. My niggas are all real. I ride on this dick in my some big tall heels. Big fat cheeks. Big large bills. Front, I flip like a 10 cart wheels. Cold ass bitch, I give broad chills. 10 different looks and my looks all kill. I kiss him in a month, I feel all girls. He eat in the car that meals on wheels. What the fuck is this shit? Are you serious?
That was awesome. I like it.
God.
Meals on wheels, man. You know what that means, don't you?
This is the...
That means you're making out with somebody in a wheelchair, right?
Dude, I guess so.
Meals on wheels.
You know what I mean? But let's take a step back here. Let's.
But this is what these kids are fucking listening to nowadays.
And when you have lyrics like this, you.
These lyrics.
Your parents didn't like the music you listened to. Yeah. Same with me. We went. Now it's now our turn to go.
Old people.
But
Man.
But we never had lyrics like
No,
what
they are
these kids
very bold
the
in your
kids,
face.
the kids are very disrespectful because they think that, like people like Cardi B that exist out there that singing these songs or what's perpetuated in the lyrics of these songs, they think it's fucking okay. And because of the top 40 stuff that's out there, increases the crime that exists in Manchester.
It increases that.
Now I'm going to take a step back here.
They're
I'm
angry
going to take a
songs.
step. I'm going to take a step back here. I'm not saying that there are some other bars in the city of Manchester that are angels. I'm going to tell you one thing right now. McGarvey's has their skirmish. The Wild River has their skirmishes. Panucci's does.
Oh, every bar does, man.
Every bar has certain things that they have to deal with. Unfortunately, we live in that world where you need security staff in a big city like Manchester that exists. It is. It's the way it is, unfortunately, because there's some stupid people out there, and you just have to.
But I look at this too. It could be a phase. It's a phase because in 5 years is Cardi B going to exist?
I hope not.
Well,
honestly,
it's like certain time periods. Only certain things last. And DJs nowadays it's all computerized. It's push play walk away kind of shit. And the shit that they're listening to, you're right, it is crap. But there are DJs that put some, like when they mix old school shit to the new school beat, is phenomenal. And I love hearing that stuff. And
but if you noticed some of the new music that's out there, the bass track, the bass rhythm of most of all the songs are coming from the 80s and 90s. That must be telling you something. And it's the same thing at some of these movies that are coming out. The remakes, they're coming from the 80s and the 90s. So there must be something right with the 80s and 90s that existed at this time, because the music that's out there is shit. Now, there are some music that's coming out that is really good. I know that there's some new albums coming out from Bruno Mars. Lady Gaga's coming out with some new stuff. Britney Spears is trying to make her mark again. Maroon 5 is coming up with some new stuff.
And Nickelback is going on tour. I just don't know what the beef is. I love Nickelback. I do.
Really?
I love that bassy, rough guitar. It's danceable. It's singable. Tell me where I'm wrong here. And why is Nickelback so hated?
That is funny because most people, I think they're just the type of band. They have the type of sound. Either you love them or you hate them.
Oh, I love them. I love
It's
that
not one
sound.
of those. Yeah, that's a cool band. It's either you love them or you hate them.
Everybody brings up Nickelback and they're like, they suck. And I'm like, why? I mean, I go down the highway, listen to that stuff, and I'm jamming out.
I don't have a problem with Nickelback. I really don't. But here is a story that came out. We're going off in a tangent. You know what? We're going to save this. I have a story that describes why Nickelback is hated, and this actually came from National Public Radio. I have the story here. I'm glad that you brought that up.
Right.
But let's revert back here. So going back to the city of Manchester. Now, here's another thing that I want to bring up here. Like I said, not every bar is a saint. Every bar is going to have their issues, but every bar tries to keep their establishment as clean as possible, as safe as possible. One of the things that irritated me, and I think I brought this up 2 weeks ago when we had our last broadcast, was there's a certain other general manager that also has establishment in that same street, and he goes, "We are one of the safest places in Manchester." You know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to go fuck yourself. Because you could do everything that you can to make your establishment safe, but to come up with this saying, "We're the safest place in Manchester," you know what? Next time that we have an apocalypse or a nuclear fallout, we're going to go to your establishment. How about that? Okay? I'm exaggerating here. I'm being really sarcastic. To actually say something like that is preposterous. I think it's ridiculous because no one...
But that's because they have a patrolman standing at the door.
It really doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't.
It really doesn't matter.
When they have 600, when they're part of
24
618 calls from last year, you're not safe.
Literally, 12 hours ago, there was a shooting in San Francisco. That there was another law enforcement sheriff that literally just got killed. There's been some mall shootings. Schools are being affected. It really doesn't matter. You could try to become, you can try to become a safe place to be, but to make that statement that we are the most safest place in Manchester is ridiculous, because Club Mange Vegas, you were also being, spotted out in that fucking story too. So listen, there are so many things about this that irritate me. Union leader, the way that you said certain things in that article, I disagree with you, but I also agree with you. And to the owners that have to deal with this crap, there are certain things that I'll defend you about. This is my personal opinion, in my expression, but there are certain things that I totally disagree with you as well. So I said my piece. Sound good?
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Anything else? Sorry.
I don't know what you were
No,
saying.
it's good. I think by, and again, this is my opinion. If I was a business owner of one of those bars, I think instead of trying to side on the line of defense, like trying to put up a front as defense, I try to figure out, okay, clearly there's something going on. Whatever crowd that I attract has more violent tendencies. So what can I do as a business owner to fix this? Do I need more security? Do I need better security? Do I need to, as a DJ, do I need to have high points in music, like a few dance songs, and then bring it low to bring people? You need to figure out what it is to do, instead of just, we are safe. Well, that's not us, and we don't do that. Figure it out.
One of my
figure it out.
mentors that I have a conversation, I would say maybe every couple of months. His name is John Taffer. Ever seen the show Bar Rescue?
Oh, yeah.
I talk to him all the time. Mm-hmm. Because there are certain things that I'm like, what do you think about this? What do you think this? And he always says to me, he goes, I don't embrace excuses, I embrace solutions. Mm-hmm. I love that saying. The other thing that he also always tells me, it's a science. If you're playing the right music, if you're doing the necessary breaks from your karaoke to your dance sets, and stuff, then you're doing something right. McGarry's has been going great. I think we're doing everything that we can from an entertainment company standpoint. But if you're going to have that top 40 music, make sure that you're playing the right top 40. Some of the lyrics that are out there, and again, to reiterate what you were saying, if sometimes the music that's played, brings out that certain clientele that you don't want.
Right. Well, and when you that too, so you're bringing out that type of crowd, and you've got the music pumping. You add alcohol to that, and if you keep your music always that high top, people are going to get that energy, and sometimes that energy isn't going to turn good. It's going to turn bad, and you're going to get fighting, and you're going to get.
Sure.
What's the number one thing that people do at bars that make them go nuts?
Drink.
Alcohol.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bartenders are there to make money. Waitresses, everybody's there to make money. And when you're serving 200-300 people at one of these venues, it's hard to keep track of who the fuck's wasted, what the hell you doing, And some of it's, everybody comes in sometimes pregame. I mean, they're already wasted to save money. I've seen it before too, where they'll come in and they'll have nips on them and all that crap, and they'll go in.
And it still happens until today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But and here's the thing: I've been in this business so long. The one thing that I try to do is I don't just play music and making sure people are singing their karaoke songs. I'm always watching the dance floor. I'm always keeping an eye on the bartenders. I'm making sure that the security staff have the necessary assistance when possible, making sure that there's no drinks on the dance floor, or if people are becoming belligerent or out of control or whatever, that it's being contained. Now, a lot of people are going. Some people are probably listening to the show and go, "Well, Bernie, you play some of the old shit." No one's going to the old shit. Let me tell you one thing right now. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, there is a line out the door that starts at 9:30 at night. Okay?
You can't please everybody.
You can't
They're
please
gonna
everybody. No,
complain.